Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the week for you. I'm looking at you versus them. I have the Wyspell Tarot cards here, and I'd like to do a reading for you. Please remember that the them in this reading doesn't have to be romantic, doesn't have to be love-based. It can be a partnership, it can be business, coworker, friend, family member. You'll probably have a pretty good idea once the reading starts if it connects with you. Not every reading is going to connect with every Cancer, so if it doesn't, by all means, let it go and come back again next week when the next reading uploads. Let's go ahead and get started, Cancer. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for your energy. Let's find out a little bit about Cancer. What's going on for Cancer? Water energy. We're almost, we're getting closer actually to Cancer season. We're going to get into the Gemini season after Taurus, and then we're going to get into Cancer. Let's see. Your energy is the Two of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Talk about water energy on your mind is willful surrender. You're needing to allow yourself to surrender to what is and see things from new perspectives, to allow yourself to be open to epiphanies, to new ways of thinking about things. You know, not every way that we think is the right way is the right way. We have to be open. We do. Because if we get locked into our way, it tends to just make things difficult for us. So this epiphany moment for you, hanging yourself upside down from a tree by 1 foot, you're not stuck there, you're not trapped there, it's not punishment, it's something you do willingly. This is willful surrender. And when you surrender, you basically adopt the phrase that it is what it is type thing. And with that, you allow yourself to accept anything that we push away, that we refuse. It tends to press itself more. So allowing it to be what it is and trying to see it with new, fresh eyes. You also are in the process of making you're deliberating. There's a energetic decision for you where you're needing to ask yourself, or you are asking yourself, am I in the place right now where I want to open up to somebody? Or am I in the place right now where I need to just focus on me, myself, and I? Even if you're in a family or a marriage or some sort of, living scenario where it's you and someone else, it doesn't mean that this is an anti-relationship energy. I think you're just trying to do right now what's best for you, but you are making a decision. Do you want to stay in this comfort zone, or do you want to allow yourself to go out and to explore new horizons, new futures, new possibilities? Maybe that's what you are hanging upside down and choosing in the Hanged Man energy. It's the major arcana attributed to Pisces. So it is very dreamy like, it's dream like, it's fantasy like. And that's a lot of times this person will go upside down so that they can dream and see new perspectives and see new possibilities. And that's definitely what's being deliberated. Do I want to accept how things are and just be good with that? Or do I want to go out and explore? And because we got the King of Swords, this is old Mr. Truth Slayer. This person, masculine energy, fixed air, meaning it's going to be very hard right now to change your mind once you make up your mind. You have this deliberation energetically, but mentally, in your mind, in your thoughts, intellectually, it's going to be very difficult for anyone to challenge you or change your mind, because you have your sword of truth held up, which is not only defensive sword, but it's offensive, meaning don't step one step closer with your talk, because I can only let you know how I feel about things. I'm not open for deliberation. I'm not open for conflict and confrontation. If this king, in my opinion, if you are going to go there with someone, chances are they're not going to make it, because you are very strong and very fixed and very action oriented. You're not going to sit there and squabble. You have your opinions, you have your mind made up, and you're doing it strategically. You have deliberated, made up your mind, but you are open to changing your own mind, not necessarily being open to being influenced by others' perspectives. Let's look at their energy. Their energy, Cancer. They are, let's get a feel for who you are dealing with. Like I said, and you might know once the descriptions come out: Page of Wands, Ace of Swords, Four of Wands. This is somebody that either you are married to or they are married. They are interested in new passions entering their life. This can be, they're interested in taking up creative arts classes, maybe creative writing classes. They're interested in what's passionate for them, their creative abilities, or it could be romance. This person, even they're married, but they could be exploring new ways to keep their love alive. And they're also open to, not only are they open to creative potentials and energetic possibilities, but they're open mentally to a new way to think about things. Or they have this sudden epiphany. Talk about the Hanged Man, but this person, Ace of Swords, they have received this bright clarification on the way that they think about things, maybe possibly the way they think about their marriage. And it really does seem like if this is a best friend, they're in your life, they're very important to you, but heavy on their mind is their marriage. And they're open to keeping the sparks alive and keeping the flame alive in their soulmate partnership. If this is somebody that you're dealing with romantically, I really get the sense that you are trying to be open to, surrendering to it is what it is. And this partner, if it's your partner romantically, they possibly could be wanting to marry you if they're not already married to you, or just making a very solid commitment to you if they aren't already. This could be someone that that wants to be like that with you. And that moment of clarity has come for them, that maybe they have reached a certain age in life and they know that if I don't do it now, when am I ever going to do it? I want to clarify both sides here. I have the Naked Heart Tarot. I want to first clarify the sign of Cancer and find out a little bit more about you needing to see things from a new perspective, Hanged Man, but also being very almost stubborn in the way that you're thinking about things. And maybe that's why you need to go upside down. There's so many ways to go with this. Cancer. Let's find out what is going on here for Cancer, please. The sign of Cancer. All right. Five of Pentacles. Feeling abandoned, feeling left out, feeling alone. The Universe. Knowing that you're at the end after having completed something very challenging for you. And then the Heart of Swords. The Queen of Swords. So you have the King and the Queen of Swords here in your energy. You've got masculine air, made up your mind, and you're very solid and stance about that. And you're also Queen of Swords, so feminine energy, which is the heart of the sword suit, which is the feeling aspect of the introspective aspect. The Queen makes up her mind as well, like the King does, and it's going to be very hard to get the Queen to see things from other perspectives. But the Queen is sometimes even referred to as the Ice Queen, because her disposition becomes very boundaried, clear boundaries, being able to speak your truth, to hold your boundaries, to make sure that you are respected and dealt with appropriately, Cancer. And you have completed something. You do have this sense of feeling alone in your journey. And you've got these King and Queen of Swords, which just says that you are a balanced person in your mind. You think about things from all different angles, Hanged Man. You are able to see things from all kinds of perspectives. And because of that, you've drawn this line in the sand where I'm going to only allow this from now on. I'm not going to entertain or allow, because I've already completed this really hard, what feels like a very trying, challenging thing for you. I want to clarify their energy. Sometimes when you rise to the top, like you've been promoted at work or something along those lines, it can be lonely. That saying, it's lonely at the top. You are expected to be this leader, and other people, you might not be able to relate to them anymore. They've got 10 of Cups, the Star, and the Movement of Cups. So the Knight of Cups. This is a very romantic person. This is a very watery individual. They could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This is somebody who's done their healing, somebody who has hope. They believe in relationships. This marriage energy, they want to be married, or they are married, possibly to you, but they are coming at things from a very emotionally content place. They aren't looking for you to complete them. They already feel pretty complete in their own energy. That spark of this new idea, this clarity that they have, they understand the rules of the emotional world with you, and they have healed themselves. They've got hope for a bright future. Their star is rising in their emotional capacities, and with that beautiful Knight of Cups, they're very romantic, and they want to explore a romantic side of life. I think with you. I think you're over here being very business minded, and they're over here being very emotional and open to connecting. Let's get you an oracle card, Cancer, to finish off your reading. This is from the Intuitive Whispers oracle cards. Let's find out what we've got for you. The Magic of Nothingness. That's cool. You know how we're such a busy society, and we're always like, the more we do, the more we end up doing, but it's sometimes a competition of who's the busiest, and that means you're more important and all that jazz. Sometimes there is magic in doing absolutely nothing. And it's card number 34. 3 and the 4 add up to the number 7. Number 7 is about withdrawal, contemplation, and metaphysics. So see if you can bring this concept into your world and see what happens. What I like about the magic of nothingness is it's very much what the Hanged Man is doing. They're hanging upside down to see things from a new perspective, and they're doing nothing but allowing their mind to be open. And that's what I think might happen is you can experience magic from that. Please remember that I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube, and your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares and your follows, your comments, very appreciated. Thank you so much, Cancer. Be blessed and be well.